Hello everybody, how's it going? And welcome back to the Alright podcast. Now, remember, it's not the best podcast, but it's not the worst podcast. It's just an Alright podcast. Now, I don't know what this episode is, what the number is, or what it's going to be about really. It's just, we're in the car and we're waiting for our clothes to dry. We're outside Tesco's and myself and Nicola.
Hello.
Thank you. Myself and Nicola are just in the car and we thought, you know what? We might as well do a podcast. I haven't done a podcast in 3 or 4 months.
Jeez,
About 2 months. 2 months, 3 months. And there are reasons, but I don't feel like getting into them now. I'd probably could mention them in the future or so, but for now we're gonna keep it nice and slaying. But Nicola.
Yes.
Yesterday was Halloween.
It was.
Halloween yesterday. And what happened? What did we do?
For Halloween, we made some brownies and some Rice Krispie treats, and we decorated them.
And I can't believe how fast I was in Tesco's and now fucking Tesco's.
I know. You were running around grabbing brownie boxes, mixes, and chocolate chips, and marshmallows, and everything.
You see, like, when we usually go into Tesco's, we would go around and I'd say, Nicola, we're only going in for a few things. And you'd say, yeah. And then we'd be in there for about an hour. And we're
Not an hour.
We're outside Tesco's now, and we thought we'd do this, but I know for the fact we only have to go in and get 3 bottles of Pepsis, because Tesco's doing a deal right now where you get 5 bottles for a fiver.
Very good deal.
Very good deal. Not sponsored or anything, but very good deal. So we're getting 3 Pepsis, 1 Club Orange, and 1 7-Up.
And none of them are for us.
Well, the Club Orange I can use.
You can have a little sip, maybe.
Yeah, but you don't drink fizzy drinks, do you?
Not that much.
And for Halloween, as a kid, did you ever drink fizzy drinks?
Like, when we were kids, we'd only really have fizzy drinks when it was our birthdays, like when we went to birthday parties, or when it was Christmas, or New Year's, or Halloween. We'd only really have, or whenever we went up to our granny's house, we'd have fizzy drinks then.
We used to always have fizzy drinks growing up, and I think especially on Halloween, that's when we were allowed, and we would never get in trouble, really.
For having a fizzy drink?
Yeah, I'd never have. My ma would rather us have a fizzy drink than water.
What?
Yeah.
That's so bad.
And you were different, weren't you, as a kid?
Like, we would always, me and my brother, we'd drink like just water, or my waddy, or juice, or milk sometimes as well.
But also, your ma and dad used to bring you to mass every Sunday as well. So, you know what I mean, they're
different times.
It's just different times, different people.
But it was for the same time, like we were pretty much the same age.
Well, I'm 25 and you're 24 now.
Yeah, but like there's not a huge difference.
No, there's not. There's only about a year and so, or 9 months, isn't it, or something. That's what it is. So when I was born, Nicola was conceived.
Okay, that's enough detail.
It's just normal.
Well, technically, I was already a month old because it's 10 months for pregnancy.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know why people always say 9 months. It's
a lot of people don't count that, do they?
No, but it's 40 weeks, which is 10 months. So I don't get why people always say 9 months.
I don't know. We just say it. I'd say people around my area say 9 months. Like, there's certain people that say 9, and then there's people that have knowledge just like yourself that just correct me and said 10 months.
Well, I am a scientist.
You are a scientist. And we had you. You were on the podcast before, and I know we're kind of getting off topic here, but we don't pick topics.
No.
We used to try it.
And try
schedule what we do, and it just didn't work. And right now, I think it's going really well.
We have to let the conversation flow.
Yeah, I think it's going well. It's like me and you are just talking in the car right now, and there's no phone there, because this is the way we usually talk to each other, but more weird. And I think as more podcasts go on, we'll be more weird with each other.
Yeah, people will get to know our sense of
humour. People, and that'd be good. But I do want to say as well is that we're thinking of putting all these podcasts on Spotify, and hopefully we can do it.
Yeah.
So watch out for that. But I want to go back to Halloween and what we done. When we get together and do something, Nicola, it's very stressful.
Why?
We tried to make the brownies and the cakes and and the likes of that, and what happened is that I had to hold the spatula, and we had to put them on the greasy pan in the tin or something. What was it? The grease paper onto a yolk. But we didn't have much to work with, did we?
It was because when we stirred the Rice Krispies into the marshmallows, you're supposed to put them into the pan fairly soon because the marshmallow will start to set and get sticky. So we took our time in scooping it out and putting it onto the pan. Whereas if that was just, say, one person doing it, you'd just tip the pan and scoop it out. You wouldn't get spoonfuls. You'd just tip the pot over and pour it onto the tray.
Yeah.
And then you'd squish it down to make your square. But we took our time, so that's why the marshmallow set.
Yeah, it was very
sticky.
stressful. Very stressful. And we were like, give me that spoon, give me that, give me this, give me that. And we were trying to scoop it off, trying to get it in. And what else did we make? We made Rice Krispie treats and brownies. Now the brownies, now I have to say,
they
were
went
gorgeous.
down a treat.
They're gone.
Yeah.
They're gone.
Yeah.
We made
2 boxes of
we
brownies.
made 2 boxes of brownies, and we made 2 trays of Rice Krispie cakes, and they're still in the box, in a Tupperware box.
Yeah.
In the house, in my house.
But they're being eaten though. By some people. They're being eaten by some people.
They are.
Yeah.
I don't think they're. Yeah, you like them. You'd have to bring them home with you later.
I don't know.
No, you will, because they'll either get thrown out of my house because no one's gonna eat them.
People won't eat them at home.
Well, there you go then. So there we go. We know never to make them again.
I think if
I said we should make them like chocolate.
If we make them again, yeah, you put chocolate in them.
Like square bars. You know, my family do not go after normal things. They do not.
They don't like plain.
They don't like plain. They don't like change things. Either. They like the chocolate. They like, and my family's not fat. They're not even a bit overweight. They're all skinny fuckers.
Yeah.
Really, do you know what I mean? It's just we love chocolate. We're raised on chocolate, and that's what I'm saying about Halloween. For Halloween, we were allowed to go around, and what we used to do is we used to get a big black bag. Now some people would get pillowcases.
What?
Like some America would have pillowcases, yeah, and you fill your pillowcase and you go
Would
home.
you have a little bucket? Like we used to.
No, I wouldn't have a bucket. Maybe when I was really small.
We used to just use like Tesco bags or Dunstores bags.
Yeah.
And go around.
No, we had black bags, and we double secured them in case it falls out. And
double wrap.
What happened is there's 5 in my family, like 5 kids including me. So I'll be the oldest, and then there's the second oldest. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm the eldest. And me and my brother and the friends, we used to go out, and what we do is that we had a big box of different costumes in this box, and we'd all have like 3 outfits each, and our friends would come over and my mom would give them outfits if their outfits didn't suit well, or they didn't like their outfits that our mom made them wear. So we'd even swap outfits, but this was before COVID, where you could do all that. Right?
This was 10 years ago.
This is longer because I'm 25, so 10 years ago would have been 15. So
15 years ago.
When you think of that, that's scary, isn't it? Like 10 years ago, 10 years is a long time, like when you think about it. But I'm 25, so 10 years ago was 15. So at 15 I wasn't trick-or-treating, so it's about
15 years ago.
15 years ago.
10, maybe.
10, maybe 15, almost 20 years ago.
When did you stop trick-or-treating?
I think I stopped trick-or-treating when I was around 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the appropriate age is around 11. Like you can't be 12 going 13 and saying trick or treat, because we've done that. That's how
you just do it to get sweets.
I found out that I was too old for trick or treating, right? And this is how I found out. This is not even a joke. This is dead honest truth, right? We went around to a house and they'd look at us strange. And we were like hairy fuckers in like things that used to fit us, but they went up to our legs and all them. And
the
like
same costumes
from the box, and we'd have the sleeves rolled up, like we'd have them down, but they'd go up to our fucking elbow, so we'd have them, and then we'd go trick or treat like that, because our voices are breaking. And I remember a girl looking at us, or an old woman or something. She was like, I'd say she's in her late 50s or something. She goes, "Are you not too old to be trick or treating?" And I goes, "No, what age are you?" 12. "I think you're too old now. It's only for little kids, don't you think?" And that broke my heart. It broke my heart.
I think it's alright to be trick or treating up to 12. I think 12 is probably the cut off point. Like what? Who says?
Like I was 11 gone 12 because my birthday's in July, so it was only 3 months after July, August, and October. Yeah, 3 months after.
I think I could have been 13 when I stopped, because I think I was in first year in school. Oh no, I would have been 12, because I would have turned 13 then in April. Yeah, I was 12.
12. So 12 is the limit.
Yeah.
I want to ask people, as well, what do you think is the age limit that someone should stop trick-or-treating? Let us know.
But I remember a couple of years ago there was a few neighbours of ours and they went round trick-or-treating and they were like probably 15, 16. But
That's
they
ridiculous.
were going around in a little group and they were dressed up, but they were just doing it for the crack, like.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. See, in a housing estate, because you live out in the middle, not the middle of nowhere, but
Yeah.
there's no houses around you. You have to walk or drive down to the
Yeah.
houses. With me, there's a house right beside you. There's
Yeah.
houses all around you. Oh, excuse me. And what would happen is that everybody knew everybody, and as I said before, we'd get these costumes, and these costumes were in a box, and we'd go around and we'd get this bag, and we'd go around to the whole estate and we'd fill it up, and our bag would be full, and the smell of chocolate and apples and the smell of everything was lovely.
Lollipops.
Oh, lollipop, everything. And we all brought them home, and my ma would make us go early to do it, around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock when it got dark. And my ma used to have these Halloween parties, and they used to decorate the house, and the whole house was covered in black bags that my dad literally said to me this year recently. He goes, think if we had a fire, what would happen?
Think of the smell of the black bags all around
Oh,
the place.
it was, we didn't care. It smelled lovely. Smelling black bags was the smell of Halloween in our house.
Yeah.
When you smell black bags, you knew the Halloween day was happening. Because my dad used to stay up all night on the 30th of October, and we'd literally get up in the morning, and from the banisters all the way down to where the big little black strips and all, you cut it and make a little strippy everywhere downstairs. There would not be one bit of wallpaper. You wouldn't see a picture on the wall. Nothing. Everything was covered in black bags, and everything had like dangling down spiders in different colours and different yolks, and it was mad. But we used to go around the black bag, and we used to fill it up, and we'd be back by 6:30, 7 o'clock, and my ma would say, right, switch our costumes, and we'd go back out with another black bag. And the black bag that we used first was for the party when people came around.
So you literally went round, got all the free sweets.
My ma wouldn't have to go shopping because
for
we
the
literally
party.
my ma had the bowls and they had them ready, and it was me, Ryan, and our friends next door, and there was loads of us, and me and Ryan would come in with our 2 big black bags full that we could barely carry them. I'm surprised it didn't rip. And it literally done that. We literally done, and then we went back out and had our trick. And I remember sitting in the bed at night time, and we'd be in our bunk beds, and it'd be at night time, we'd be around 12 o'clock, and Ryan would be in his bunk bed and I'd be in mine, and we'd be like, do you have a licorice there, do you? Do you have a blackjack? Did you get any apples? Yeah. Why did he give us apples for? We're not gonna eat them anyway. So we'd fuck off everything. But your stomach,
Oh, you'd be so sick.
on the 1st of November, your stomach would be fucking killing you.
But then you go into the next day and you eat all the leftover sweets then.
I was never a fan of that.
No?
What was your Halloweens like? Cause from me in an estate, it was like a community. We were all walking around. Hello, oh, I know who that is. I know who this is. What was it like for someone like yourself growing up around? You literally basically live on land, and then around you have to drive to people's houses. So what was that like?
Like when we were young, like, I don't know, like say 6 or 7 or whatever, we'd dress up. We used to dress up in black bags. Like we'd wear a black bag and then we'd have like a witch's hat or a mask on or something. And we'd get in the car, and sometimes we'd get in the car with like our friends, or our friends would come with us, or other years like we'd just go around, me and my brother, and my parents would drive us around to each house, and they'd wait outside. We'd run in the door, get sweets and come back out,
Like a
and
robbery.
then go on to the next house, and you'd do that. And then other years when we got a bit older, like say 10, 11, 12, whatever, we'd just walk the roads in the dark. Like
That wasn't safe.
No, but a group
There's
of
no
us.
lights.
No, but like you'd have a torch or whatever, and there'd be a group of you going around, and you'd walk the road and you'd go get your seats. It was the fun of it as well. And then as well, cause everyone knew the kids were out and they'd be running around in the dark, people would dress up as bogeymans, like adults, and they'd go out and scare you for Halloween.
In the fields.
Yeah,
now?
they'd hide in the ditch and they'd run out then and scare you.
And do you remember when that first happened? Like
Yeah.
what was that like?
Like it was scary, but then we realised, oh, it's only you. Like we knew who it was then.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Are you very familiar with your neighbours?
Yeah,
Are you
like
familiar with them?
everyone would know everyone. Like,
You know everyone.
yeah.
Yeah. But that's alright. Yeah, 'cause like Halloween now, I'm looking forward to Christmas now.
But just before you move off, right? I asked you this a couple of days ago. When you went trick or treating to doors, you just said trick or treat. You didn't have to do a dance or a song or anything.
I don't believe in dancing.
But
For
the thing is,
for treats. I'm not a stripper.
But
I wasn't a stripper. And
the thing is, when you went to someone's door, like for us, they'd say, "Oh, are you gonna do a little song or a dance?" And then you'd have to do a little dance or something before they give you the treats.
No.
Did no one ever ask you that at
No.
the door? They just gave you out the treats and said goodbye, like.
They'd literally say to us, right, this is what happened, right? You go up to the door.
Yeah,
No,
someone has to ring the doorbell or not.
You go up to the door. No, you go up to the door. And your fat friend in the background will go, I'll go up and knock, but I'm getting first pick. And so they'll. That's them walking. That's them
Sorry,
walking.
what's the knock?
Because they're fat.
Right, how long
It takes them a long time because they're fat, right? And next of all, and the woman would open the door and go, hello, oh Jesus, look at you, this is only massive. What are you supposed to be? And you'd have to tell her, I'm the boogeyman. Oh. So instead of dancing, we'd have to do like kind of like a voice, act. Yeah, a little act, and go, who are you? I'm a bee. Like that, literally. What are you? I'm hungry. Give me something.
Oh my god.
And then you're like, and then literally, kids, not us now, but we heard kids when we were at one door, we'd hear them at the next door, and you'd hear them saying, an apple. I want some chocolate. You'd hear that. And ungrateful fuckers. You know you'd do it yourself, but you'd never.
You never say it to their face.
You'd never say it to their face, like, yeah. You wouldn't say it to their face, and it's fucking horrible.
I remember as well when we went around trick or treating, and sometimes like the old people, they wouldn't have sweets ready for kids, so they'd give you money instead. Like you'd get €2 or you'd get a $5.
An Asian man done that to me, and a friend of mine called Christopher, and me and Christopher would go around, and me, Christopher and Ross would go around, and there was an Asian fella across the road, Chinese man, and he was literally, he's the loveliest man. He still lives there, and he's the loveliest man literally on the road that has ever came onto the road or something. And he didn't have any chocolate left, he didn't have any yolk, so we were like, trick or treat, and he goes, hold on, I'm not doing the accent. He goes, hold on, and he comes back and he gives us €2 each, and we go, no, we want treats, we want like chocolate or snacks or something or whatever. And he goes, okay, and then he goes back. And he didn't give us the €2 because we're stupid. We should have took the €2, but we didn't. I think we were honest people.
Think of all the penny sweets you could have got with that.
All the sweets the next day when no one else had them or in a week. And he gave us snacks. And for people that don't know, snacks were the most loveliest thing to me when I was a child.
They're crisps, but you don't like crisps.
I love snacks and I love chili Doritos, and they're the only two.
You like Pringles as well?
No, I'm not a fan of them anymore. We said this in Tesco's. You wanted to get Pringles, and you said, do you like the barbecue? No, you said it in Deals, and he goes, you like the barbecue? I goes, yeah, but I'm not fond of them anymore.
Yeah, you're turned off them.
I am turned off them. There's just something about them.
Too many?
No, I think it's just
flavour.
I don't know what it is. I just don't like it anymore. Like when I was younger, I didn't like spice burgers, and my ma would make me and my brother sit at a table and eat spice burgers, and my brother Ryan hated potatoes, right? Spuds or whatever, right? And my ma would make him we'd sit there at 12 o'clock at night until we ate them, and we wouldn't, and she'd give out to us. And what me and Ryan used to do was that Ryan would be at one end of the table and I'd be at the other end, and my ma would go out and I'd have a spice burger and they were rotten, and he had potatoes, spuds, right? And they were mashed potatoes. And I remember what Ryan used to take bits and he'd gag because you couldn't eat them, but my ma just wouldn't. She was like, no, you're just being child or whatever. And I was like, this is fucking child abuse, right? But when she was gone, what we used to do is that I'd go, right, take half of my spice burger and you give me half your potatoes. And he'd go, alright. So I'd have to scoop it with my spoon and put it there, and then I'd chop the half out and he'd pick it up and he'd eat the spice bag and I'd eat potatoes or the spuds, the smashed spuds. And my ma would come in and go, "Where's your spice burger gone?" And I'd go, "I ate it." And they're like, "No, you didn't touch it for the past 2 hours. How did you just eat it within 2 minutes that I was gone?" Because I'm tired, man, I want to go to bed." And then she'd look at Ryan, she'd go, "Where's your potatoes gone?" And Ryan go, "I ate them, man." And I go, "I'm gone 2 minutes, you've been 2 hours, you haven't." And then you go, "I want to go to bed, ma. It's 12 o'clock, you won't let us go to bed." And she goes, "Right, well, I'm going, so you better come back." And what we used to do as well is that Ryan used to get his mashed potatoes and put them in his mouth.
And spit them back?
No.
Oh.
And go, before you go, "Ma, can I go toilet?" And she'd go, "Yeah." And he'd get all his potatoes. And as much as he crammed in his mouth, I mean, like, he filled his mouth with potatoes. And he'd go, "If Ma comes back in, just put potatoes on my plate, so she thinks that I still have them potatoes. And you're finishing yours," because I like potatoes, but I didn't like spice burgers.
Yeah.
And Ryan would go up with a full potato in his mouth, and Ryan was like gagging because he didn't like the taste or anything, and he'd spit them all into the toilet.
That's
and he'd flush it, and it was genius until she caught it one day because he done that, and then I went up straight after with the yolk, and we fucking
Did you try to throw out your spice
my
bag?
spice burger, and I done what he done, but it wouldn't flush, and my ma caught us. My ma caught us.
That's disgusting.
My ma caught us.
That's
and
actually disgusting.
yeah, it was rotten. And
just say, for example, right, if you had 2 kids and they were doing that to you, first of all, would you feed them food knowing that they didn't like it?
No, I think what my ma done was wrong.
But she was probably making the dinner and everyone was eating the same dinner.
Yeah.
So she wasn't.
She still does that today. She just makes the dinner and she says, "Do you like it?" "No." "Well, tough, you're gonna eat it." And that's why I don't have her dinners anymore, because I know your mother. I know at 25 years of age, if your ma still cooks your dinner, be grateful because you don't have to cook yourself. But I'm sorry, I can cook my own food now. So.
But just say, for example, right, if that was your 2 kids and they were eating food, but you knew they kind of liked it, but they were fussing up, what would you do? Would you make them sit there all day?
I wouldn't make them. No, I wouldn't. I think that's bad. I think
would
that.
Would you try give them something else to eat?
I'd say, right, what do you like, and we'd find out what they like, and I'd give them what they actually like.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give them.
As long as it was nutritional.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give them something that they don't like. What happened to us? Like, we had to resort to swapping food and spitting food in the toilet that eventually got us caught.
And to this day, do you both like?
No, that's what I was going to get to. That long story with the taste buds, that I don't like Pringles. Pringles now it doesn't. No, Pringles. My taste bud, I don't like them anymore. I used to love the taste, but I don't like them anymore. But spice bags now, they were the worst thing on the planet to me. Like if someone said to me that either your mom and dad is gonna die, but you can eat this spice burger to save them, I wouldn't eat the spice burger.
What is a spice burger? Is it a beef burger with spices?
It's like a burger where I can't explain.
Like
I don't know. Like, get it on your phone there.
What is it? Is
look
it like
up the ingredients.
Burger?
You're gonna have to look up the ingredients. But what I'm saying is that I would eat a spice burger now.
Is it them?
Spice burgers, yeah.
Read
it out there.
Okay, spice burgers are an Irish delicacy. I've never had them before.
Right.
Taking mince and some mixed herbs, onions, spices, and covering it in a unique crumb. Oh my god, that's disgusting. Beef burger in a crumb coat.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Right, go on, read on there.
You can buy them deep fried in a fresh chip shop or get them pre-cooked from the supermarket ready to reheat at home. That sounds disgusting. Beef burgers covered in crumb coating. That sounds disgusting.
That's rotten, isn't it?
Yeah.
And she made us eat that. It's
nasty.
It is nasty, isn't it? And it's not something that I would ever do to anyone else. And me and Ryan, what we done as well is that I remember one time that me and Ryan were eating the food, and my ma, this was the last time my ma ever done this because of what happened. Now, she didn't mean to do it. She's just trying to teach us that, come here, you can eat it, just stop being a baby. Like, I mean, you can eat this. Like, but she kept giving us spice burgers or potatoes, and she knew we didn't like them, and she still done it, and I was, what the fuck? And I remember one night that Ryan was eating potatoes, and she was like, eat the potatoes, and he was like, I can't, I'm gonna get sick. And she goes, you're not going to get sick. Stop acting stupid. Like, you're
Yeah.
acting like a gobshite, like, whatever.
Is he allergic to them, maybe?
No, he's not allergic to them. He just didn't like the taste of them.
Mm.
He'd eat chips.
But it's a different form.
I know, but he'd eat chips. But he wouldn't eat potatoes.
They're different, though.
And my ma's cooking, Jesus Christ. She tries her best, but fucking hell. My dad's a good cook, but he doesn't cook. Do you get me?
Mm.
He's a good cook, but he doesn't cook. And I think he should take over and step up as the cook of the house. My ma's tried. She done her thing. It's time for her to retire. But what happened was that we used to eat the spice burgers, and the way I had to eat them with my ma in the room when she was watching us is that I'd get the water and I'd put water mixing in with the spice burger, so it'd be all soggy, and I'd swallow it.
A spice burger smoothie in your mouth.
A soggy burger mixed in crumb thing, as I said. And we used to do that, and Ryan had to do that with the potatoes. So we used to do that, and like thinking about it now, it's making me gag because he got sick all over the table. And my ma said, right, that's it. You're not getting them again. This isn't right. And because she was trying to teach us that, listen, you can eat, you get used to it.
You can tell if kids are being serious or if they're just messing.
Me and Ryan were fuckers though. Me and Ryan used to get grounded, right? Me and Ryan were grounded, and we'd get on the top bunk, and I'd be over the other top bunk on the other side of the room, and they'd be facing landscape ways. They wouldn't be vertical.
Right.
They'd be landscape, if you get me.
Right.
Like one end to one end. And we would get all our pillows and line them up there like a bunker, and we'd get teddies, and we'd divide the teddies out when we were grounded, and we weren't allowed to do anything, we weren't allowed to talk to each other, we had to go to sleep. When we went to sleep and we woke back up, my ma would let us go down because we were
you'd done your time.
Yeah, we've done our time, we've done the crime, which we done fuck all really, and when you think about it, and she grounded us. And we'd have teddies. Now some of these teddies would have the really white hard batteries in them. In the body, or really hard heads, or really hard eyes.
Yeah.
So if you got hit with them once, you're going to be crying. You'd cry, and your mom would come in and go, what's wrong? And you'd have to pretend to be asleep, and you'd be like,
what would you
it's
do
like, what's wrong? She's
teddies?
like, I'm just angry that she's grounded me. But really, Ryan cracked something across my head.
Why, were you doing wrestling with the teddies
No,
or something?
so basically what we'd done is that we'd line the pillows up. We'd have 4 pillows lined across, and we'd lie down like a bunker. Lie down. And every now and again we'd get teddies and we'd pick up and throw them. And if it didn't hit you, it hit the wall. That would make me ma come upstairs. So what we'd have to do is that we'd have to get the pillows that we had. So we had this little operation where, right, if you hear someone coming upstairs, do this. So we had the pillows up, and we had the teddies, and we all divided. Two of us divided them. And what we done is that we throw them, and if you hear a big boom off the wall, my ma'd go, what's that noise? And we go, nothing. And you'd hear a coming up the stairs, right? And when she came up the stairs, we'd have to grab 2 pillows, put them underneath the bunk bed. We'd have to get all the teddies, put them under, like, all around us. We'd have to get our duvet, and we have to put it over our heads, and we'd have to cover it with our stomachs, like, kind of like, oh, she can't know. And she'd come in, and she'd turn on the light, but the light from the window would come in, so we'd get a bit of light anyway. And we'd all be there, and we'd all be there. Me and Ryan and the teddies, we'd all be there, and me and Ryan would just lie there, and then we'd pretend to wake up and go, are we allowed downstairs yet? We fell asleep, but we didn't, and she knew we didn't, like, so it was crazy, like, it was mad.
So when you were lying on the bunkers, were you lying on the ground or lying on the beds?
Lying on the beds.
Oh, right. Okay.
And we were lying down on our backs, like this.
On the top bunk?
And then all the pillows were, like, lined across here, so we'd do this every now and again. And we'd have to do that. For people that are listening, I'm literally lying down, and I'm literally popping my head up and quickly throwing something while trying to lie back down, if you can picture that in your head.
Oh.
But yeah, did any, like, you and your brother, did you do anything like that? Like,
we never really got grounded, like.
Yeah.
Like I can't ever.
What do you think about being grounding a child? Do you think it's appropriate?
Like, everyone has different meanings of what grounded means. Like, grounded could mean getting your phone taken off you, or it could mean like you're going to your room, or you're not allowed to go to see your friends, or.
Yeah, I got told we weren't in our room. We're not allowed to see our friends, and my friends would be outside the window shouting up, going, ha! Because they'd know we're grounded for doing nothing.
Say if you were grounded, how long would it be? Would it be for a day, a week?
We'd be grounded for the day, yeah.
And then, like, was there ever...
We were in prison when we were kids.
Yeah.
Like, I lived prison. People are like, do you ever go to prison? Yeah, juvenile prison in my own house. We used to go to bed constantly.
Oh my god. No, like,
That's where all the energy and all this mad fucking thing I have is
no,
from.
I don't think we ever really got grounded. Like,
No,
if,
so stupid.
like, we might have got our phone taken away for the night.
Yeah.
But, like, that was it.
You used to cry, did you?
Yeah,
You couldn't play
but
Snake.
then,
You couldn't play
but then-
Snake till 4 in the morning.
if my phone got taken away, I'd just go on my iPod. Because I still had internet.
And your man and dad didn't know?
No, because they thought it was just music.
Ah, the gobshites.
Yeah.
That's a good thing about having parents that don't really have a clue about all that.
Well, they did, but they didn't really know the full extent of it.
Oh, right. But you did.
Yeah.
And what would you look at on the internet now at that as a kid?
Like, you just listen to music, or you go on Facebook, or that kind of stuff.
And what age were you?
Well, that was like when I was probably 14, 15.
Would you get grounded at 14 or 15?
No, I wouldn't get grounded, but like, say if I don't know, got angry or give back cheek or something like that, I'd get my phone taken away for the night.
But little did they know that
I had an iPod and
little
I could
Nicola Malloy from Forban
Yeah.
was smarter than them all.
Yeah. That was it.
That was weird.
Yeah.
And well, come here, yeah. So that's it really, is it?
For the podcast?
For the podcast really, yeah. I only wanted to do a small podcast really.
Oh, okay.
To do that. And because I'm only starting back out, I could do one every week. We could do it in the car. We can talk about more stuff and so.
Podcast in the car.
We have more to talk about. Next week I want to kind of talk about what we're doing.
Why do you keep squinting your eye?
Because I'm looking through the whole. Look, come here. See this here?
Yeah.
I'm looking through the whole and trying to. Like, I think I have some kind of OCD that I need to organise and make everything fit right.
In the
And
circle.
and if it doesn't,
But it's just
I
you
feel
closing
horrible.
your eye.
no, but if I open my two eyes, I can't do it. So I have to close my one eye to make sure. If
It's all
this
fits in
sounds
the
weird to
circle.
people listening, but I think I have OCD or something. I have some kind of form of OCD.
I think everyone has a little bit of something.
Yeah, a little something.
A little something.
Yeah. So we're waiting for our clothes to wash, and then we're going to be drying them in the Tesco's washing dryer.
Yeah.
So this is literally why we were doing this podcast.
Tesco value.
and all yourself. It's a 8 kg kind of thing. So yeah, I think we should make this a weekly thing.
Yeah.
Me and you sitting in the car, and then if anybody else sits in the car with us,
Backseat drivers.
backseat drivers and all. It's still the RA podcast. It's not in the car podcast or something. But I'm not. I was nervous. I didn't know when I should start back doing podcasts because I was on a good roll for a while. I was doing
the good
Zoom,
system going.
and things happened, and we could talk about that some other time in a podcast or so if you feel comfortable.
Leave the audience wanting more.
Yeah, we leave the audience wanting more. But there's reasons why I couldn't do the podcast and so. But we're back now, and I have my co-host Nicola here. But I wouldn't even say co-host. We two of us would kind of host this, really, to be honest, if we're two of us, because I wouldn't do this on my own now, to be honest. We could get people on your phone and we could call them and they could. But I don't know what that sounds like on this, so we'd have to practice that.
Yeah.
So we'll practice that later and see how that is. But if we can call people and get them to talk to us as well. Yeah. So yeah, look out for updates on with Spotify and all. Next week we're going to be talking about the film that we've made, and we're going to talk more about that and then whatever else comes by. I thought it was a good podcast, and
it was very good.
Happy Halloween to everybody. This is coming out on either November 2nd or so, November 4th or 2nd. And let us know what you thought of the podcast. I thought it was really smooth. Like, it wasn't. I kept forgetting
natural.
about that. Yeah, because at the start I noticed that I was like, "Hello everybody." Like, I put on a presenter's voice, and then you could straight away in it. I goes, "No, we need to talk normal.
Yeah,
we're relaxed."
yourself.
So that's what we're doing now.
Yeah.
We're relaxing, and you could tell it's more of a conversation than a put on thing, which I usually do. So, I like this version. Yeah, to be honest.
We do.
Yeah. So grand. So Nicola, let's go and get them 3 Pepsis, 1 Club Orange, and 7-Up, and let's change the clothes in the dryer from the washing machine to the dryer.
Washing machines live longer with Cal gone.